Ciao a tutti i miei piccoli porcellini, come state? Io sono Andrea, conosciuto anche come il Sawi, e benvenuti sul mio canale. Oggi siamo qui con Baldur's Gate 3. Ero molto curioso di provarlo dal momento che recentemente mi sono diciamo infognato per bene con il mondo di D&D, volendoci giocare da tanto tempo, già dalla 3.5 se non anche dall'edizione prima. Non ho mai avuto modo di poter giocare realmente con qualcuno, ma adesso con Baldur's Gate 3 ho potuto vedere il gameplay, ho potuto capire molto di più le meccaniche, le skill, le classi, le razze, insomma ho potuto immergermi molto più appieno nel mondo di D&D e ne sono contento perché mi sta piacendo molto giocarci sia su Baldur's Gate 3 che anche nella campagna che sto seguendo sul server Discord. Prima di iniziare col gioco vero e proprio però vi chiedo di lasciare un like, di iscrivervi al canale e anche di lasciare un commento in modo tale da supportarmi e supportare la serie. Ma detto questo, iniziamo col gioco.
No refugees. It is decreed. Well, do you have the means to support yourself? Right. Article 30.1.5 of the Council's Decree on Extraordinary Wartime Measures. Your name? I'm doing the question. Last time. Name?
Well met, citizen Fluffington.
Your parasite stirs. From the construct you feel connection, resonance.
Not just yet. State your business. Uh-huh. Eyes open, body still.
Oh beh, se devo sdraiarla la sdraio,
The watcher's gaze, a presence awakens. You are seen. You are known.
Whoa. My engine, it's almost, I don't know, buzzing. Like it's paying attention.
Oh, se devo ucciderli li ammazzo, non è un problema.
Party's prior transgressions are reflected in its stare, as witnessed by the cult's ever-alert, scrying eyes. It has heard the howls of slaughtered goblins. It has seen the deep shadows of Grimforge, and the stone floors left bloodied. It knows the cold walls of Moonrise Towers, and the cultists who fell there. The Watcher speaks directly into your mind with a voice like poisoned honey.
You are marked for special treatment. Not simply an enemy of the people, but an enemy of the absolute. Come quietly.
Tu sei sicuro?
Please comply now, citizen. I will interpret any further hesitation at...
Eat this, you pile of junk!
Villains.
Great headline.
Also has... I found so many victims for Cazador here. They're the kind of people no one would ever meet.
Dumped a lot of them.
You know these people. Spawn bound to Cazador, just as you once were.
We'll leave for the Black Mass soon. I only need one more mark.
We don't need another. The Master said we have enough.
It's not for the Master. It's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs. But soon, I'll be free to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. Once the Mass is done, and our Master grants us our freedom, I'll want to drink.
Astarion! It cannot be.
But it is, and as arrogant as ever. As if you'd know the first thing about the Master's plans. He's going to give us freedom. He's going to give us power.
I can't say you're wrong.
The Master has always been... That's why we're worthy of freedom, of being elevated. And you're just a runt to be put down.
Cazador's in the defiled chapel. beneath the palace.
Deliria? What are you doing?
I trust him, Petras. The chapel has been there forever, hidden from all. There will be a sacrifice.
Oh, enough! Before you get us flayed alive!
Please, Astarion, if you're telling the truth, please help us.
He's not telling the truth, and this isn't over.
The shapeshifter's key. Now, what's inside?
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed.
Quella signora, sappiamo chi è. La signora Fion. Quindi non serve
The
chi.
corpse regards you lifelessly.
Murdered by my
Mio figlio.
Oh man, that's awful. Found his secret. My sweet boy killed folk slowly. Ill-mated temp.
Ok.
Baldur.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
E qua c'è Raphael.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You
Né non, né l'avrai mai.
and you never will.
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
Perso il drago perché è tutto mozzato l'orecchio e cose?
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Wouldn't that be exquisite? But no. I'm afraid the tadpole is still there. But I did shut out your other visitor for a while, so we can enjoy some privacy. The Illithid can't hear us.
Non è quello che ti ho chiesto.
What's the catch?
I'd ask you to be patient, but you've been patient enough. Now is the time to speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prison that you need, not the illithid, the Gith.
Vabbè, sì.
I can give you the means to break him free. I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid.
Non è vero.
To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an elder brain.
Non è vero, cioè, mi hanno minacciato.
If I'd realized you were so gullible, I'd have tricked you into selling your soul for a pocketful of beans when we
Tu sei un diavolo, però.
To the Emperor, you are nothing more than a beast of burden, one that will transport it to the Elder Brain. An ox requires food and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, you may have to kill him.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
There it is. Of course.
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain.
Tu sei impazzito.
Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting. And Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Casus' folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the nine under one archdevil supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He's not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years. For a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. Through the aid of a diabolist, somebody capable of opening a portal to the hells, deep in the hells. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the Mind Flayer in your head.
Vero.
Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side.
Esatto.
And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Casus to the devil himself.
Sei troppo sul cazzo,
He
Raphael.
claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Non mi fido di nessuno dei due, in realtà.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were serious? The crown has laid low all who attempt to harness its power. Archwizards, emperors, gods. It would tear you apart.
E sia.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this
Altrimenti
world.
cosa fai? Mi vuoi uccidere?
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So don't stay away for long.
Non te la consegno.
For reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
Bene miei piccoli porcellini, per questo video è tutto. Io vi invito come sempre ad iscrivervi al canale, a lasciare un like e un commento per supportarmi e per supportare la serie. Se invece siete curiosi di vedere, anziché la versione ridotta del video qui su YouTube, seguirmi in live e quindi giocare magari anche insieme, scoprire cose, vi invito ad iscrivervi al mio canale Twitch che trovate sotto in descrizione insieme a tutti i miei altri social di riferimento. Ma detto questo, ci vediamo al prossimo video. Ciao!